Well, this week's certainly a big week for Cereplast, a company headquartered in California, but with major and growing operations here in Indiana, in particular in the Seymour area. The chairman and CEO of the company is Frederic Scheer. He joins me now in Studio I with more. And Frederic, welcome to Studio I, and thanks for stopping by while you're here in Indiana.
Well, thank you very much for inviting me.
This is a big week as the company moves up, so to speak, trading now on the NASDAQ stock market. That's a big accomplishment.
It is a big accomplishment for us. We're very excited about it. We're very excited to be in Indiana, and we have been excited to be in Indiana for about a year, but clearly for the company becoming a NASDAQ company, it's a big, big accomplishment. It's a big step forward, which is really opening the door to a lot of things for us. Very positive move, definitely.
We're going to want to talk about growth plans here in Indiana in just a moment, but first of all, how about a snapshot of the company? Essentially, you manufacture resins produced from raw materials, Indiana corn, and other materials. Give us a snapshot, an overview of the company.
Yes, it's absolutely correct. We are a bioplastic manufacturer. What we do is we basically create a plastic, but that plastic, instead of being made of fossil fuels, is made from agricultural resources, renewable resources. And why is it important for us, in fact, to be here in the Midwest? It's critical because we have access, and easy access, to agricultural resources. We buy cornstarch from the state of Indiana, which is very attractive for us because it's allow us to manufacture resins that have a beautiful carbon footprint. We basically buy the starch from farmers here in Indiana, transform it into our plastic, and resell the resin to companies, including Indiana company, that are clearly using the resin to make it into products that are being used every day. And so it's an important one.
Durell Juvenile in the Columbus area, I know one of the
absolutely, you're absolutely right. Durell Juvenile is one of our best clients. They are based out of Columbus, Indiana, which is about 18 miles from where we are. And if you think it over, this is really one of the most significant story of the entire bioplastic industry. Why? Because here we are in the state making resin using agricultural resources from the state of Indiana, transforming it into a plastic, a bioplastic in Seymour, and shipping it out to clients such as Durell, which is transforming it into products that are being sold all over the country and in the state. And clearly, it is helping the entire chain, the entire supply chain of the economy of the state. So we're very proud of that.
You announced about 2 years ago plans to move research and development and manufacturing operations from California to Indiana. Why relocate to Indiana?
Well, and I'm going to make a lot of people very happy here, and not too much in my state, but the reality is the state of Indiana was extremely open and extremely welcoming to our technology and welcoming to our company. We are a small business, we are a small manufacturer, and frankly, it's unfortunate, but the state of California is not manufacturer friendly. The state of Indiana is. We were immediately very welcome. We were helped by the Indiana Economic Development. We were helped by the Office of the Governor. And immediately we realized that coming to Indiana for us was making a lot of sense. Making a lot of sense economically, making a lot of sense socially, making a lot of sense, in fact, environmentally. And let me explain that. Because at the end of the day, it's a definition of sustainable. If you look at what the United Nations is saying, sustainable means that you need to create a product which is environmental friendly. It's what we are doing. Needs to be economically viable. And what will be more economically viable is that making a product in a state where we have access to the raw material. And making the product socially acceptable as well, because we are creating that product at pricing which are very, very close to traditional plastic, so not displacing any kind of traditional resin. So we're very excited about that. And as I say, I mean, the things to me which really made a big difference, beside the fact that we were very well welcome, in fact, by the state, was all the resources that I find in Indiana. I mean, the first thing was access to the raw materials, I say, but the second was access to labor that understood immediately what plastic was all about. I mean, it is clear that in the state of Indiana, you have a very good understanding and a very strong, reservoir, if I may say, of labor, which understand perfectly the plastic industry, with GE Plastic, known as SABIC, with Berry Plastic in Evansville, Dorel, and you know, we are in a place where people do understand the plastic industry. So one combined with a second one, and the fact that the state was really offering a cost structure that the state of California can only dream about, we definitely decided, in fact, to come here, and it was making a lot of sense. And even, you know, now if I look at the production schedule and I look at the outputs that we are able, in fact, to create here in the state compared to what we were doing in the state of California, we are making tremendous amount of progress. We're very happy with that.
In terms of growth opportunities, certainly with the recession, the downturn in the economy, you were forced to downsize, to reduce headcount. Are you now in a growth mode, especially as it relates to Indiana?
We are, and I'm very proud to say that. I mean, let's face it, I look at 2009 as being an historical economic incident, and clearly it did create a lot of havoc in the entire economy around the country and around the world. We did suffer tremendously from that. We had to look into cutting costs. We had to look into cutting people and letting people go. And you know, as an entrepreneur, it's probably one of the most painful things to do. But I'm very glad to say that 2010 is opening tremendous doors for us. We see the growth in the growth in what we're doing really absolutely tremendous. I mean, the first thing that people sometimes are a little surprised when I say that is that, well, we see the price of oil going up, and to us it's a good news. You know, clearly when the price of oil is at $85, $86, our product is more competitive than when the price is at $35. So this is one point, and it's definitely helping us. The second thing is, I think that people are starting to be more and more aware of the necessity of working with alternative. We offer something which is an existing technology that does work today. There is no major investment to make. You know, I look at that big plant that we put together. The cost of that plant was about $6 million. My intention is to build up that plant into a 500 million pounds factory. This will cost us anywhere from $40 to $50 million. If you want to do that using traditional fossil fuels, you're looking at putting together plants that are going to cost you anywhere from $500 million to $1 billion. So the cost of entry is substantially lower, which is an important aspect of the whole economics of bioplastic. And the second thing is, let's face it, the 21st century will be made of bioplastic. Everybody remember Dustin Hoffman in this famous film and talking, well, one word, plastic. Well, one word today will clearly be bioplastic. It is making sense. The cost of fossil fuels, everybody will agree that will go up because of the demand and so on. The necessity of having alternative energy, alternative technology is making a lot of sense. And here we are. We do have an alternative technology. And as I said earlier, we're proud to be here. I personally believe that we will make the state of Indiana very proud of that. I'm calling on to all the plastic manufacturers in this country, in this state, to come and call on us, because we'll be delighted, in fact, to work with them. I'm very excited about what we see. If you look at the traditional plastic industry, it's a very large industry. It's one of the most successful business story of the 20th century. They started at basically zero 60 years ago, and at the end, in year 2000, this was a $2.5 trillion industry. So the plastic industry has been extremely successful. I personally believe that you will see the same kind of growth and same kind of success story in the 21st century with bioplastic. And here we are at the beginning. So clearly, everybody today knows DuPont and knows Dow Chemical and those companies. Nobody knows Cereplast. Well, 50 years from now, Cereplast will be looked as a pioneer. Now, I'm also very realistic. 10 years, 15 years from now, maybe the name Cereplast will not be known. But what I know is that our technology will have been embraced by all the very large chemical companies. Because, to be honest with you, they have no choice.
All right.
They have no choice.
Very good. Frederic Scheer, CEO, Chairman of Cereplast. Thanks for stopping by. Congratulations on the NASDAQ listing, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much.